What's up everybody? Before we get into this video, I wanted to tell you about this amazing opportunity. I'm partnered with Blofin. Blofin is also the main exchange I use. That's why I'm partnered with them. But right now, until the 2nd of June, we're running this amazing campaign where you can deposit funds to receive 15% cash back. And now please pause the video, watch the criteria as you can see right here. But in general, like this is real cash that you can use for futures trading, funding fees, transaction fees, but also more. And outside of that, Blofin, like I said, is an amazing exchange to use for trading. You can do spot on there as well, low fees, all the coins you want to trade. So use the link down in the description to sign up to get a 15% cash back until the 2nd of June. Now let's get into the video. Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video right here on Ethereum. We're going to do a full update. We'll talk about the technicals mostly, but there's also some market-wide fundamentals that we need to speak about in this video. So let's get right into it. Hope you all had a great weekend, of course. I covered Ethereum through the weekend, so I mean it's not like we haven't spoken, but hope you had a good weekend. Hope you're having a great Monday so far, and let's get right into it. So we had some good news. In general, Ethereum actually bounced very well from the value area low right here, which is not something I necessarily expected. Since especially yesterday afternoon, quite a lot of altcoins were actually pushed down quite a fair bit, and you can see with Ethereum here as well. That we have some long wicks to the downside, but ultimately those never really did anything, and ultimately all the candles closed in green, which I would say is actually a very positive sign. And then obviously, my apologies, it's allergy season, but then of course also during the night we received the positive news about those 50% tariffs that were announced on Friday, and which bottled our breakout right here. Were reversed, or at least reversed, were postponed until the beginning of July, right? So fundamentally, that's bullish. That pushed Bitcoin up higher, that pushed equities up higher, and that has also helped Ethereum. So what that means for Ethereum is that we are back in that same boring old range, right? We have the value area high right now, the composite value area high at 2610. Which is also where we have some imbalances left. We filled the lowest imbalances already, but we still have a single print right here at 2630. I expect that to be hit. Now, when I expect that to be hit, I'm not certain. I've spoken about this in my videos on Solana and Bitcoin as well, but Monday usually is a bit of a quiet day. For Ethereum, it's relatively bullish, but it's you know, compared to Tuesday and Thursday, it's quiet. And then today the US markets are also closed, right? So getting a move into that level right there might be a little bit too much to ask. And then outside of that, it's also just above our main resistance level. It's 2600, 2610, right? So I think the price action we've seen is very constructive, and it's good. And it's a good sign that we're still in the balance. I actually expected, by the way, yesterday when I did the video, I expected lower because of the fundamental uncertainty, right? And I did not think we would have that cleared up so soon. But that's but no, ultimately this is great news, right? But the big question is as well, if we're in a balance like this, we need to wait for a breakout. I think the most likely breakout, given the fundamentals and given the price action we have seen in the last 2 weeks or so, I think the most likely breakout is a bullish breakout, right? So that we break above 2610, and that we'll be able to get a move into the yearly rolling VWAP again at 2715, but also into higher levels at 2800 and 2850. I think those levels have a bit of a magnet attached to it in the sense that they're such major key levels, so around 2800. However, getting that break, so ultimately on the higher time frames, I do expect that, but on the lower time frames, I see no indication for that, right? So there's no high volume, there's not a lot of leverage getting into the markets, which is not bad, but that just smells like more stability, which is a little bit boring. But that is ultimately technically what I'm here to tell you what I see. What I see is stability, right? So maybe a move up to fill those imbalances, but then a drop back down into balance. Continuation of balance, and then you should be aware of the effect that fundamentals can have, right? Today we don't expect major news, but Wednesday till Friday we do. Be aware, and I think you've learned your lesson as well on Friday, what that means. So for now, I expect stability. That also means getting a drop back down into 2500, 2450. But if we do and we don't have any massively bearish fundamentals, I would expect that level to hold as well. So that's what I think you need to know. If we get any indication of a breakout, I'll be the first to tell you. But for now, have a great day. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.